Hi everybody, welcome to Color Conversations with Crawford Street. I'm Tanner. I love color. I love how colors are so different, but more importantly, I love relationships between colors and how some of them work really well, how some of them don't work really well, how groups of them can make colors even better and enhance, and they can contrast and they can highlight. So I love color. That's what this conversation is all about, to introduce you to why I love certain colors so much and why we use them in our design firm often, and our experience when we did use it. So today's color is Sherwin-Williams 7637 Oyster White. Oh, it's so lovely, huh? Its LRV is 72, so lighter, but you're getting into the medium zone, you know, so it would still contrast against white. You know, it's not going to read stark white at all. It's beautiful, beautiful color. It's got almost a grayish yellow hint to it, to where it doesn't feel, it's warm, but it doesn't feel dated warm, if that's what your hesitation is. You know, like if you want warm, but you're like, I don't want cream, you know, I don't want it to feel like, you know, 30 years ago cream, then this is a great sun-kissed white that also is muted enough to feel modern and relevant for much of today's design components or things you can buy on the market or whatever. It's so, what's the right word? Like everybody just loves it. It's so homey, yet unorthodox. Like it's not something you would see every day. It's not your plain white, but it's not gray. You know, it feels so natural, but like you're using it with intention when you're using it. Because again, like I said, it's not plain white. So if you use this as a trim against a deeper color, or you know, it's gonna read creamy in the right way, off-white in the right design, trendy way. So, and if you put it with, you know, more light colors even, it's still going to read really off-white. You know, that's just, I know that seems so like standard to say, but it's like when you want an off-white, but like I said, you don't want cream, you don't want ivory, you don't want too yellowy, you don't want too warm, but you definitely want it to be noticeable that it's not white. So that this is not stark white. If you're using oyster white against, you know, and you're trying to match it to some white builder cabinetry or whatever, or your basic trim color or ceiling color, this is not white. This is very off-white. You know, like on the LRV, the color depth, you know, chart or whatever, like I said, you're going into medium color here. So it's always going to be obvious that it's not white. And that's what, again, I love about it, because it feels unique in a way that just, you have to be intentional when you're using it, you know? So especially when we always talk about coming off of like the last 10 or so years have been very heavy in white and gray. And so now people are really shifting towards white that carries something in it, you know, that doesn't feel just so stark and crisp. For if your project doesn't need that, like if that's, you have maybe some too much crisp going on in some sort of linear aspect of your shutters on the exterior or whatever, and you're like, I really need to soften up this white. That's what something like an off-white will do. And like I said, oyster white, it's warm and it feels inviting, like it would be so easily liked and appreciated by others. So if you're thinking about a color for, you're going to sell your house in the future. If you're doing an investment property or a rental property and you just want an easily likable white, this is definitely that, because again, it's warm, it's nice. If it's on the exterior, it's going to go so great with natural elements all around it, greenery, landscaping, foliage, all kinds of stuff, pots. It's going to play so nicely, but it has just enough of like an ashy, ness to it that it doesn't feel creamy warm. It feels almost like a sandy, creamy that has just a hint of gray in it. You know what I mean? So again, if you're also thinking like, I like the exterior, or for interior, I want my walls to give the overall effect of white, or I want the exterior of my house to give the effect of white, as in I can put any other color with it. It's basically going to go with any kind of roof color or stone color or whatever. So you want it to give that kind of like blank canvas color effect, but I don't want it to just look white. I want people to think, oh, that's not white. That's off-white. In fact, this is just a great way to be stylish without being too bold. You know what I mean? Because it's very intentional that you didn't go for just white. You could have had white in your idea. That was your design goal. Your mood board was, I like a white house, or I like a white wall, or whatever. But when it came down to it, and you nailed down your other colors or your other palette, and this ended up being your white, I'm telling you, it just adds that stylish bit up a notch, because it's like because you went off-white, you went intentional, and it made it like, I didn't want to just be basic white. I didn't want to just be pure white. I wanted something there. So this is a great color if those are your intentions with choosing color. Like I said, it's got great warmth. The sun kind of keeps going in and out. I'm sorry about that. I wish it would like stay on it really well. It's got great warmth to it, but like I said, it's muted. It is not creamy yellow in any way. It is just like a natural warmth. Like I said, it would be very well appreciated by most people, in saying that, it would go well with most palettes. You can see when I take it away from white that it appears white, so like I said, it's gonna give the whole overall effect of, oh, they have a white house, or oh, their walls are white. But when you pair it with other things, it's going to look intentional that you didn't pick just white. So like we always say, if those are kind of your goals, if I mention something that sounds like that applies to your property or your space, then maybe start with oyster white and see if maybe it's too white or too gray or too off-white. Maybe you did want to go more pure white, or maybe you already have another accent color, or you already have kind of a bold color and you're wanting a trim color that doesn't feel, again, stark white, because maybe that would make your bold color too bold. This is a great way to kind of tone that down, to tone down a bold color. And again, because it's got warmth, but also kind of this ashiness to it, it's going to go with both warm and cool, deep and even lighter colors. So reach out if you need help adjusting from it for your space, your property, or if you think this could be it, or if you want to talk some more about it, then you can email us, crawfordstreetdesigns@gmail.com, and we are on social media. So if you haven't subscribed, then subscribe, and we are going to do more color conversations. Hope to see you guys there. Bye.